Hello. The innovative technology tool that I have decided to talk about tonight is actually the Osmo tool. So the Osmo can be used in a lot of different classroom environments. I teach first grade, so lower elementary. I kind of had a hard time finding some innovative technology that can be used usefully, especially with 6 and 7-year-olds. But the Osmo was actually introduced to our classroom this year. My school got a grant and purchased these for every classroom. So the Osmo actually comes with a variety of things. So first would be the teacher's guide, and I will get back to that in a second actually. So it will come with the stand for the iPad, which you need to use an iPad or an Amazon Fire tablet, so a tablet. And then it'll come with this red piece that actually fits over the camera lens to connect to the tablet. And there are different tools that we can actually use with the Osmo and different games that can be played for the lower elementary students. Now, the Osmo will come with a storage case or storage box. There's actually a few boxes in one. And then it'll have the stand and the red adapter. It'll come with 4 sets of word tiles, some tangram pieces, 4 sets of number tiles, and then 2 of these teacher guides, and a classroom poster that can be hung up. And I have not used this just yet. We will start using it at the end of the year when my students are kind of more used to technology. We're a little iffy right now. They're a little rough at times. But I am excited to start using it with those students. Now, in this teacher's guide, it does show us different ways that we can use this kit. And like I said, it does come with various pieces. So we have the numbers, we have the letter tiles, we have the tangram pieces. There's also a business game that can be purchased for this and used, or a coding game. And we do have the coding game, but we aren't going to use that until the end of the year, like I said, because, they have to get more used to the technology. But in this teacher's guide, it actually shows us different ways. First, it shows us how to get started with it. And then it also shows us ways that we could use the spelling, or for the letter tiles for spelling. And then we have the tangram pieces so they can build different shapes. It'll actually appear on the screen, show you, what we're trying to build. And using the tangram pieces on your mat, you can actually see where you're putting the tiles, if it's correct or not. Additionally, we have, you can build different shapes. We're working on shapes right now in my class, so building shapes is a great way to learn them. You can also be doing STEM practice with this, and there's a game called Newton, so this is where we could do that. Many engineering games, and then you could also work on art. Art is a great way to get those kids using their creative minds, and you can have them writing their name, so practicing writing their name, which my students do on a daily basis, but we use whiteboards right now instead of the technology. But it would be great for improving handwriting and also, getting them to use their creative mind. Also use it for math, so they can use it to do math problems, addition, subtraction, which we do all the time in first grade. Additionally, this is not an inexpensive resource. It's not a website that will be free. It's, something that we can actually hold in our hands. So it will be a little bit pricier than just using a website. It does range from about $40 to $200. Depending on what you purchase. Now, once you get the starter kit, which is what I have here, once you purchase the starter kit, which will be about $200 depending on which one you get. Mine was about $200, but again, we got it with a grant. So once you get that, then you can purchase each game, and it'll be somewhere around $20 to $40 for those games. So It is not inexpensive by any means, but it's definitely useful, especially for the lower elementary students. And it's great for hands-on work, so they can actually see themselves working. So they can see the pieces that they put down on their work pad, on their screen. So they can check themselves as they go, as they work, to see if, they're on the right track. Now, it doesn't really track their progress, but I think that getting that practice in is what really helps them the most. There's other ways to assess them other than using the Osmo. So, though it does not track their progress and how they're doing, doesn't give me real-time results, I can see as they're working, and I can see them on their screens. So, yes, it's useful for the lower elementary students just because, they're not going to understand it right away. So for a great introductory practice, this would be fantastic. Now, it is pretty functional. Again, all you have to do, you have to have the iPad. So again, if you don't have iPads or some form of tablet, then it will be really difficult to use. But our school does have tablets for students available. So I will use this in stations, not, for regular practice in math or spelling or anything, but it'll be in our stations, which we do a lot of station work anyways, because they are introductory reading, like they're new to reading. So it is going to be a fantastic resource, especially for my students who love technology. Again, I won't use it until the very end of the year, but again, they will have access to this in second grade when they go, so I'm really excited for them to get to start using it. And you don't have to have it in one place. If they decide that, that today they want to work at a table, they can go sit at their table and work on it. If they want to sit on the floor, they can sprawl out and they can really just start using it there, as long as they have the pieces and a flat surface. So we do have mobile desks. We have, a lot of flexible seating options in my classroom. But many times they choose to sit at the tables. So it's pretty functional and easy to access. I will have it in one part of my room. I'd rather them not walk around with the pieces so we don't lose them. We do have a tendency to, lose our pieces. But with the correct classroom management, this could go flawlessly. So I think that, this is just really going to help my students, and I think that it is a really great innovative technology. So, there's so many uses for it, and they can really work hands-on and see exactly what they're doing and what they may be messing up on. And this is that's what I love so much about this. And I'm so excited to actually get to implement it into my classroom and get my students working their brains.